I hate when guys approach me. Why? Because I don't want to be bothered? Like, clearly, I'm doing something. Go away. Okay, so I guess you meet guys online then? Ew, no, what kind of creep stalks my IG and DMs me? Oh, okay, so you approach the guys then. Oh, what? Why would I ever date a guy who didn't have the confidence to approach me? But you just said you hate when guys approach you. Yeah, only when I'm clearly doing something. Plus, those guys are always super awkward anyway. How is a guy supposed to know when you're clearly doing something? And yeah, of course he's going to be a little bit awkward. He's starting a conversation out of thin air with a girl who may or may not be attracted to him and may or may not be busy. I mean, just approach me at a bar or a club. That's when I tend to meet guys. You mean when you're drunk and impulsive? Yeah. How do those relationships tend to go?
What you're hearing isn't confidence, it's inconsistency. Men are expected to read minds, approach at exactly the right moment, say exactly the right thing, and somehow avoid being labeled awkward or intrusive. After enough mixed signals, many simply decide it's no longer worth the effort. That's one reason more men have quietly moved on in 2026. They aren't angry, they just stopped volunteering for a game where the rules keep changing.
Struck up a conversation with this girl that was like from Europe, and she was visiting Toronto, and she just was like, by the way, like the men here, they just don't like, they don't approach you, or like they'll find you attractive and just kind of like do nothing. And I was like, yeah, welcome to Toronto, sis.
Do y'all think that's a product of just society as a whole? Because American women have that same sentiment over the last 5-10 years, been vocal about men not approaching them. So now men are like, all right, well, y'all have been the loudest talking about y'all don't want men to approach us. Don't approach me. Don't talk to me if you see me in public. Like, so now we're following suit, and now it's like, well, y'all not trying to approach. Like, which one is it? Like,
I think it's how you approach, though. It's not always just about the approach. I think it's how you approach. Sometimes it comes off a little.
I think it's how attracted you are to the person when they approach you.
I notice women do that too. Like if a man's not attracted and they approach them and they're not interested, they're like, oh, this guy's a creep. But if he's fine now and he comes and it's like, oh, okay, like it's a little different. Yeah.
It's easy to assume men have become less confident, but that doesn't explain what's happening. In many cases, they've simply become more selective about where they invest their attention. When the potential downside feels greater than the potential reward, people naturally adjust their behavior. What we're seeing today may be less about fear and more about changing priorities.
All right, this is for my girls. One, be nice. Be nice to men, because I've had a restored faith in men that are like actually having the guts to just like come up to women. And if you're mean to them, you're gonna scare them. So don't do that. But I do have a restored faith in men, and I think part of it comes from women being nice, women being open to like just like one, look up from your phone. If you're going for a walk, look up from your phone. Don't have RBF. Actually, that's probably okay. But just like inviting, like smile at somebody if they walk past. Like don't be freaking creepy, but like smile at them. The amount of people I've met on my walks is insane. Literally a guy just walked past. I walked past him. He then like turned around and he was like, hey, excuse me. And then like asked me about restaurant options around the neighborhood. I'm just like, you can meet people if you're willing to just look up from your phone, give a smile, make eye contact. Like we don't have to look like we don't want to talk to humans. We can look like we want to talk to humans, but like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of girls are like, guys just don't, and I'm like, they will if you're nice. Stop being pissy when they walk up. Stop being annoyed. Stop assuming the worst in every man. Like, don't get off on freaking rejecting them. Be nice. You can say, no, I'm good, thank you. But be nice if you're gonna do it. But like, just look up. Smile. But don't be like annoyed that people, like guys aren't approaching you if you're not being approachable, you know? Anyway, I literally just met a new person while walking. The amount of people, like literally all my friends lately have been because I'm like walking. That's how I meet them. Because I smile, I don't look at my phone the whole time. It's not that hard. Anyway, just my 2 cents. Be nice. Be nice. Women, be nice to men because we don't need to scare them off. They're finally getting the guts to talk to people again. Let's not scare them off by rejecting every single one of them and like embarrassing them in the process. Be nice.
Many men eventually stopped making the first move because the risk no longer felt worth the reward. Repeated rejection, public embarrassment, and hostile responses caused some to reevaluate where they invested their time and energy. Once enough men change their habits, the dating culture changes with them.
Where are you guys meeting these cute men? Because we go out to the bars every weekend, and we only see cute guys in the run clubs, at bagel shops, like fucking at the grocery store. I'm not gonna talk to you at the grocery store. The bar is the best place. Literally. And they don't go out.
No, because they have an issue with it, and I don't know
why.
Because they say, they're not worthy. The girls there are low value.
Well, you're never gonna find anyone then.
Can y'all please start? Because like, you're not, I know you guys aren't gonna approach us at the grocery store or at the freaking run club. So like.
No, because you're sober. Why would I talk to you if I
It's also like 6 in the morning.
God.
It'd be so fucking cool.
So you know where the good men are to be found, yet you don't want to go to the places where you can find them. So clearly you don't really want a good guy at all.
I don't date women above 24 or 25, really. By the time a chick's been to 30, she's had a whole bunch of dudes. Her heart's been broken a bunch of times. She's had all those one-night stands. Like, no matter how nice a person she is, she has a whole bunch of baggage with her, and she's like rocking up. Hi, do you want to be guy number 62? No, I don't. Whereas if you get a young one, there ain't that many. Dudes have been there before, right? That's just the nature of the game.
Time has a way of giving people perspective. Many men remember what dating looked like before they became financially established or professionally successful, and those experiences tend to stay with them. Success doesn't rewrite the past. It simply gives men the freedom to be more intentional about the future.
Again, this is going to be uncomfortable for you guys to hear. This is why men value women that are typically younger. The reason why is because as a woman is younger, Andrew Tate famously said she's been through less dick, even though I know that might be crude and fucked up to say. Yeah, right? But he does have a point here from a biological sense. The less partners she's had, the more likely she will be to bond with you.
Yeah, attachment.
To build a genuine attachment. And they found under 5 partners, like the marriage rates are way higher, chance, and divorce rates are way lower. Keep in mind, women initiate the breakups, not the men. So since the women initiate the breakups, that's where you have to look at the root cause of why is this happening. And that's a pretty, good statistic to take is like, as her partners go up, her ability to stay in a long-term relationship goes down with it.
Time changes everyone's position in the dating market. Confidence without self-reflection eventually collides with reality, especially when personal growth never keeps pace with expectations. Emotional maturity tends to become more valuable than confidence alone.
Men and women get frustrated by dating apps, but often for different reasons. Men get frustrated because they find it tough to get matches. Women get frustrated because they get too many matches. Men get frustrated because when they reach out, they don't get a reply or they get a lackluster reply. Women get frustrated because men suck at starting intriguing conversations. Men get frustrated when a woman ghosts them after a few days of chatting. Women get frustrated when a man only wants to be pen pals and won't ask her on a date. Men get frustrated when women look really good in profile pics, but not so much in person. And women get frustrated by that as well. I can't help the women, but
just to let you guys know how low quality these men are on the dating apps, and that they're not really there to find their match. They're just there to play dating with you so they can try and hook up with you. These are what they'll do, and if they do any of these things, they're trash. Don't make the same mistakes I made. I had a guy that would get my seatbelt for me. He picked me up, took me to a restaurant, and then told me that he downloads and uses the apps because he's sexually frustrated. Got it. Another time I was walking to the bathroom, and when I came back, he said, "Hey, you didn't look very good from the back, but then when you turned around, I was like, oh, she's kind of pretty." Another guy told me in the middle of dinner that I was average looking, he was average looking, and that's why he thought it would work out. Also that he had a trailer that I could use if I ever needed it. Another guy, we were riding home and I pointed out a nice restaurant I wanted to go to, and he said, maybe if you play your cards right. And obviously invited me over afterwards, and I said no. And even the ones that look like they have their shit together, like hotel executives, I've been on a couple dates with those. I literally was in the middle of the meal and the guy had his friend come over and write off the whole meal. And then as he walked through the casino and said hi to everybody, we also got free tickets to shows. Like the whole thing was written off. It was free. Another guy that I went on a date with, I didn't finish the drink. He kind of complained and said, oh, well, at least they're tax write-offs. then took me to a really nice restaurant and then asked me to come over afterwards and pretty much threw a fit when I said no and just stormed off and was gone forever. Extreme Dusty, I dated for like almost 3 months, invited me over to his house for a bonfire, took me to like free car shows and a very cheap play. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Probably the nicest date I went on, I went to a Vegas show, and the guy was a high school teacher. His house was a disaster, and he told me he had an incurable STD, the H. And I said, I can't chance that. He was a raging alcoholic and threw a fit. No, thank you. So anyways, these men on these apps are pure trash, and they're playing dating with you. They're playing taking you on a date because they want to try and see how easy you are. Don't make it easy. Make them wait. If they wait, they might like you. Also, make them buy stuff for you and take you places you actually want to go. Otherwise, don't waste your time. Spend your time on yourself.
As more relationship-minded men leave dating apps, the experience naturally changes for those who continue using them. When one group exits, the overall environment shifts whether women acknowledge it or not. The marketplace eventually reflects who decides to stay. If the message hit, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.